the
I-
beer zone. Ah, there we go.
Ah,
Yeah, that's better.
yeah. I thought about it, but then I didn't put like a cold one in the fridge, so it would just be disgusting if I tried it anyway.
I am done with consuming calories for the day, so sorry. I'll have a nice water. Yeah.
Yes.
Or a black coffee at 6 p.m.
Oh hell, yes.
I do not feel like making coffee, but I also don't have any water. I will just suffer. It's okay.
I love suffering.
I never have coffee after I have it for
Every
breakfast.
day I'm
I managed
suffering.
Oh my god.
What year is this?
Happy 2010.
Alright, I need to restart my local. There we go. Okay, I think it's all good.
Let's try again. It does look good.
Cool.
I'm so
Cool.
happy.
We did it, gamers.
I like that there's like a low audio hum in this menu. Like a thrumming. All right.
My
We ready to
DLC is
go?
on low. Yes.
Ready to game?
Ready as I'll ever
Hold
be.
on. Let me click this button and evolve. Okay, let's go.
Yay.
Hi, hello. Welcome to Dear PB, a podcast where we hopefully help you become a better speedrunner, but probably won't. I'm Corva May, but you can call me May or she or her.
I'm Swoos. You can call me SWC or he or they.
And joining us from the Gay Mountain, it's Carrarium.
Hi, I'm Carrarium, or you can call me Carrie, or she, or her.
So I did a thing this week, which was called Have a Bunch of Migraines. And as a result, I completely forgot to put out the little thing that we put out in the Twitter that's like, here's our guest this week. Make sure to send in questions. There's a long way of saying that I forgot to ask for questions, so we don't have any questions this time. So we're not giving you any advice this time. Instead, we're just going to hang out. I'm going to have a beer. It's going to be an interesting one. They're all interesting if you think about it, but this one's going to be extra interesting.
It'll be a time.
He'll be great. I'm very excited.
Please start at your leisure, but
At
sooner
my
rather than
leisure.
later.
Well, why
don't be too leisurely.
Yeah.
Nah, we can go into it like right now.
Okay, cool. Well,
We
I
went
was
over
pretty
this
close.
last week.
I was pretty close. This is it, Dear PB. That's correct. Good
Whoa.
job, Celeste. The video game. How do they know?
How do they know?
That's wild.
Right?
Yeah,
That's really cool.
that's very impressive.
Yeah.
How they know specifically. I don't know why they would spend time coding in specifically. How do you test that? Is a Dear PB currently going?
Machine learning is just
When was the
it's
last
getting
update for
very
this game?
advanced.
I was gonna say because
update
Court
for this game after we started the podcast.
it must have been because Court was the
Oh.
first episode and also ran this game.
Huh.
I don't think it said that, unless it did and I didn't notice,
It might have.
or it did and I did notice, and that was like 8 months ago, and thus
Probably that
completely
one.
forgotten. Yeah, there's a
It's
good
been a
chance it was
while.
that.
Yeah,
Um,
the last update was like a year ago, March of a year ago, something like that.
They
That
just
makes
predicted
sense.
the podcast.
What are they working on now? Has it been
They're working on
announced at all?
Earthblade.
Earthbound.
It's like Earthblade. Yes.
Celeste 2.
Celeste
Whoa.
2.
This time you're underground.
this time
Wait,
you're the
that's
berry.
already a level. Whoa.
Yeah, they're
Oh, that'd
working
be
on
fun.
a game called. Go ahead.
Instead of climbing the tallest mountain, you have to dig the deepest hole.
That's just Minecraft.
It's like
That
no. Well,
one-
so the way to unlock Frog Factions 2 in Glittermitten Grove, which is the game that is hidden inside, is there's 3 ways. You can either grow the tallest tree, dig the deepest hole, or type butts on the main menu.
Uh-huh.
Frog Factions 2 is really good. People should play it.
I like the butts method.
That's what I did.
I mean, it's probably the easiest.
I have
I
it sitting
can't
in my
confirm.
Steam, and I just haven't touched it.
It's really good. It's so stupid. I love it.
I
I think it's a
believe
better
you.
game than the first one. It is probably over. I don't know. It has some good bits. It's like overall less. It's more like The first one is more like absurdist than the second one, I think. The second one is a
Sure.
lot more playing with like tropes in games specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they
Um,
kind of had their. They already knew what they were gonna do with it, so you don't really need to have the shock factor like the first one.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more of like
People already know what they're getting into.
Exactly.
it's a lot more flipping your expectations on how basic video game mechanics work, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
People should play. It's good. It has a linguistics puzzle, which I was like ecstatic for when I got to it.
I have
In a
not
fractions
played.
game? Interesting.
Fractions is in big air quotes,
Yeah,
but
I don't
Pretty
think there
much.
might not be a single fraction in 2.
I guarantee you in the code there's at least one fraction
Whoa!
or a decimal.
If
They,
you've
they,
ever
they use the float type once at least.
used a fraction in your code, write in. Think there's any fractions in Celeste?
There's a lot of decimals. The Celeste community is very good at knowing their multiples of 0.017, which is this the length of time of a frame in this game.
Oh,
Good for them. Yeah,
Can somebody explain the frame rule to me as if it was a metaphor involving public transit?
Imagine a bus.
Imagine
That's
an
it.
American train. It actually never shows up.
Ah.
Therefore, there are no frame rules in this game.
Sad. I wish I could say that was true, but it's not. There's kind of a frame rule.
So imagine that in the past you used to get frames pretty regularly, but because of automotive sprawl and defunding of public programs, now you don't get as many frames, and that's why a lot of games are in 20 to 30 frames per second these days.
So imagine a Shinkansen.
Ooh, I would love to.
That's it. That's the tweet. Just imagine one. They're cool.
Hold on, I'm not gonna be able.
what if we
I
had
can't
those
host
where
the
we're
show
from?
for a bit because I'm too busy imagining a train. Also, that last song you couldn't hear it if you were on the podcast version, but it's the best song in the game.
What? 1B?
Yeah,
It's up
Celeste
there.
song.
It's
my favorite
I
song.
like it. We have a long-standing joke in the community that when like we're doing like Celeste Bingo or something of that nature, we'll always just say shout out to Maxo because we just think the song slaps.
It is very good.
For 1B,
Yeah.
it's such a banger.
It's definitely
It's
in my
really
top
good.
3.
It's up there. I like a lot of the B-side music.
Yeah, for sure. They're all really
I think
good.
the one that I'm not a fan of is like 6B personally, but that's just personal preference.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man, Celeste is so cool. I wish Canada was real.
Honestly.
So do I. Also, that was an epic ceiling pop. Like, sorry if you can't see it, but what I just did was very epic. Basically grabbed a wall that was just... I grabbed a wall, but underneath the wall.
I don't remember what category we're having you do. I thought it was red berry.
I'm doing all hearts.
We're doing red
All
berries
hearts.
for our
That's what it
Our
is.
Games Done Quick Hotfix show, which you should watch.
You should all watch that.
It was a couple days ago. If you're watching this on Monday,
This- Yeah, if you're watching this on Friday, because we got it out on time for the patrons for once in our life, you
that's
should watch it.
we hope so.
Yeah, that's not a call out of Swoosh. That's a call out of everything about our show.
The process.
The process.
Distrust the
yeah.
process, please.
Look, okay. A little behind the scenes. This is gonna be like the behind the scenes episode. Is that I book a new guest usually Monday
On
or Tuesday, because after we record, I'm like, I don't want to think about DOPB for like 4 days. And then like Monday or Tuesday rolls around, and I go, "Fuck, we need a guest."
Yeah, I mean,
then I, like-
a lot of episodic things do their things like multiple weeks in advance. Like if
No,
we
not
were
us.
smart, we would have done this like 6 weeks ago. But we did this
But then-
the day before it came out, so
Then
it's
like
more topical.
Yeah. I think it's more fun to at the last minute be like, "Hi, change your whole life for us." But then so yeah, usually how the way it works is on my way to grab coffee in the morning at like 9:30, I'll go, "Oh fuck, we need an episode, don't we?" And then I have to wait 2 hours for Swoosh to wake up
True.
because I'll DM and be like, "What if we have this person on this week?" And then without fail they go, "Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine."
Yeah, because you haven't suggested any problematic people, and if you do, I'll maybe let you know.
Yeah, I think the only way that would happen is if I didn't know anything about them,
Right.
which I've done in the past. But we didn't have them on the show.
Anyways,
It was fully me being like we should have this. Maybe we should have this person on, and then Swiss going, we should not do that. And I was like, uh-oh.
that is.
Oh,
that
what
is not
what
a
don't
good
I
thing.
know? What don't I know?
And now, now we have the check. It has to go through both of us before for a new guest, and a majority of the time they are good people because a lot of people are good people.
Whee! Turns out Swoos has more like Swoos knows all the has more. What's it called?
My drama tune is tuned.
Yeah, your
Oh, that's
drama
important to
tuned is
have.
tuned.
I know.
What's
I
your
know.
favorite drama tune in Celeste? I like 1B.
I
Honestly, the
don't
most
know
dramatic-
anybody, but I know about a lot of people. So,
I feel the same, honestly. Like,
and it works.
I'm like adjacent to a lot of communities, so I don't really like know anybody, but like
Right.
I know a lot about people.
Right. It's like, oh yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know anything about them, but I know that they're a crappy person. Sure. But-
Right. Yeah.
I feel like I do know a good number of people, but then also like but then I like every time I'm like we need to book somebody for the show. I'm like, wow, I don't know anybody in this hobby. What the heck?
Yeah.
But then I mean, we've done a bunch of episodes of this, and I've like
Ooh.
I'm having to like actually I'm not quite having to be like I'm not quite at the point where I'm like I have to reach out to people I've never talked to before, but we're getting there. This is
You
all
have
to say that
to-
this show is fully, if you're like Dear PB is a completely equitable program, no, it's very nepotistic.
if you know who we are and you know us personally, you have a pretty good shot. So,
Yes.
There was a point-
congratulations.
There was a point where we had a guest like that we booked, and they had to be like, actually, can we rain check because I can't do it this week. I was like, what if we had Court on for the first episode? What if we just had Court on again? Then I was like, wait, I know other Celeste people. Hold on.
There are other people that exist.
Wait
Yeah,
a
I'm
second.
sorry. We've gone through all the good speedrunners. That's it.
Yeah.
That
that's
is
fair.
that is. If you are listening to this and you weren't on, sorry, that's rough. I think you're still good, but we now know what Spoos thinks.
Well, no, I'm saying that
You're right.
everyone we've already had on, we've already run through all the good speedrunners. So I mean, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. If you haven't been
Yeah.
on yet,
Oh, if you haven't been on, yeah. Well,
yeah, congrats to Carrie being the last good speedrunner.
Yes.
the last
So-
the last
I am-
speedrunner. That's
I am
like that's like a shitty like documentary.
Yeah, I want you to
The
all know that
last
neither
speedrunner.
of us, actually, no, Swoos has been on her own show. I have not, thus
Yeah.
proving that I've been on the show, but I haven't run on it.
Right. I
Maybe that'll happen soon.
unfortunately have.
Yeah,
I have
well,
provided one of the worst runs on the show. So
look, someday I'll do the next live show.
okay. Deal.
It'll be 3 hours long because it'll be Pokemon, and no one will have fun.
That's
Least
not
of
true.
all me.
Well, that's true. No
Um,
one hates what they do more than speedrunners.
That's true. I mean, that's not true. You could play League of Legends.
True.
Oh, so true. So
Yeah.
true.
Now, if you speedrun League of Legends, holy fuck.
Whoa. Who hurt you?
What were
This
the
isn't-
decisions that you had to make down the road to get to that point? List them off for me.
Oh yeah, by the way, we didn't mention it
Today is
before. Well,
speedrun slander.
is- spoiler heck in this episode for every heart. Spoiler heck in
Yeah.
every episode, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you where every single heart is. It's better than IGN, so you know.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not like trying to like take a stance against IGN.
All right, we're now
Like-
beefing with IGN.
Yep.
Today is just gaming slander as a whole.
Yep.
There
If
are
you
no
like
more good
video
speedruns.
games,
IGN
fuck
is the
you.
worst publication to ever exist.
Listen,
if-
it's much more fun to just listen to this and know where all the hearts are than to just go to a website and be like, and it'll just be
Just-
like, oh, the heart is here. It's
Okay.
like, at least here you
Just
get
listen
like.
to that, and then
Just
you'll
listen
know.
to it, yeah. Because I don't know if you know this, we do cut out for the podcast. We cut out all the game audio, so you would fully have no idea what's going on if you were.
You just need
listening.
to know. Yeah.
If you go on the YouTube, then yes. But
Currently,
if
we're
you're
at 3
listening-
hearts.
Fun fact, I did not
we're-
realize we cut out the game audio until very recently.
That was
That
like the
means we just
original
told-
plan.
I know, you've told me like 6 times and I keep forgetting.
Also,
I
fun
think-
fact, we're actually at 5 hearts.
Yeah, true, because the end
That's
level
more
hearts.
than a cow. Cows have 4.
Whoa!
Or is that...
spoiler.
Yeah, right?
Cows have 4 chambers in their hearts.
Okay,
That
same
is
thing.
that's a
Very
that's a
accurate.
spoiler for Think Fast this weekend, kind of.
It's
so
not.
it
Wait,
can
is
be.
it?
There's
It could
there's
be.
an adjacent question that's related.
We could add it.
Anyways,
Want to add that to this week's
How
questions?
many? Also, it's cow stomachs, not hearts. Hang on.
Oh, it's 4 stomachs. You're right.
Hang on.
I like
Yeah,
knew
yeah,
that
yeah,
and just
yeah.
decided not to correct any of you.
I'm
alright,
sure.
Okay. I think I was still technically correct because there are 4 chambers in the heart, but I was fully thinking of how cows have 4 chamber stomachs.
I'll give it to
The
you.
reason I can never run this game is because I can't wave cheat.
True. Just
Am I
play
dead?
melee.
I'm not dead.
You just play Celeste as melee practice.
True. Yeah, everyone knows in melee, in order to wave dash, you need to do a full jump off the ground first, and then you.
Yeah, there's actually no such thing as a short jump in melee. People don't know. that,
Melee
but
was
it's
like
true.
the one Smash game that I just like skipped over. Not like because I was against melee, it just like passed me by.
Anti melee.
I
played
tried
like
getting into it in college because I got into the like pro scene watching it, and
Mhm.
then I was like, "Wow, I'm terrible at this. I can't short jump. my I can't like."
You just gotta press
My-
the
the way-
release the button fast enough.
Well, so the way that my brain does button is you press hard and that's it. There's
Mm.
no like nuance. So if a button is ever bound to like more than one thing based on pressure sensitivity, it's not happening. I'm doing the one.
Yeah, so
Which is
how
kind of a
short hops
non-starter
work
for
in
melee.
is every character has a couple frames of their jump squat, which is like they squat before they jump. And if you release the button before then, you do a shorter hop. So at the easiest is 8 frames and the hardest is 3 frames. So
Interesting. Yeah, I only ever like played. Oh, I just missed. I've only ever really played the original. And then when I was in high school, it was like all about Ultimate. And I
Ultimate's
just like,
fun.
and I feel like I just missed everything else.
I've realized that honestly, I'm fully like Sakurai pilled at this point, and I'm like, yeah, the most fun way to play this game is
casually.
like 8 people at once doing stupid shit. We don't do items though.
Items are fun.
We're not
but-
fully. I like
right.
Pokeballs; those are fun.
Pokeballs are good.
I agree.
I play 64 and Brawl, so the ones that people play the least of.
I
Yeah.
liked the aspect of you could throw the Pokeball at somebody and it would hurt, and then the Pokeball would release a Pokemon and hurt them again. So it's just a nice double whammy to the entire attack.
I think how good the Pokemon are in Melee should be specific, or like in Smash, should be proportional to how good they are in singles.
They're just actively changing.
Like Wobbuffet's absolutely busted.
Patch notes for Ultimate Voltor or Electrode is now UU tier. Does less damage.
Yep. That'd be
What about
fun.
all the legendaries? What about like all the banned Pokemon?
Also, wait, patch notes for Ultimate. That's a non sequitur.
True. They did patch notes and they were a little competent. They were okay.
Their 4s were terrible.
Four was minor adjustments made to
Minor adjustments.
change the
yeah.
gameplay. At least in Ultimate, it's like, all right, we changed Pac-Man's short light attack, or like some like weird form of saying the name of the attack that no one ever says.
Pokemon Unite's like that too, where like when that
Oh.
game came out before there's any patches, I was like, surely they'll actually give numbers, right? Because it's a MOBA. Nah.
No.
Splatoon is like the only Nintendo competitive game that like has actual patch notes.
Did ARMS ever get patch notes?
I don't know.
Oh
Let's
god,
see.
I feel like
Arms.
I feel
that
like
was a
they
game-
expected Arms
I never
to be
played
like...
Arms.
No one did.
No one did.
Okay, good. I'm glad
they-
because I
they
was
did
just like that
not
was a game that I
include
saw,
anything.
and I just remember them like going ham on Arms. I was just like, and then I just never touched it.
I think
They,
after Splatoon was like a breakout success, they expected ARMS to kind of be the same thing.
Right.
Um,
It's like, oh, we could just make any new IP and it'll be huge, and then.
but the thing, I mean, that usually is true for them. And like ARMS didn't, I
Yeah.
don't think like completely bombed. But the thing with it is like,
It definitely sold a couple million.
it was a motion control specific like heavy game.
Mm.
And like not after the Switch had been out for a while, and people were like, the Switch motion control's fine. like Switch Sports did well because by that point people were like, oh okay, sure.
Right.
Everyone was still like had like Wii SD.
Pee-wee SD.
Wii SD, and then I lost my train of thought so bad.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Switch Sports is popular because it's a good game, kind of, and they forgot
it's-
a lot of sports.
It's pretty fun. They're adding golf.
Wow.
I've not played it in a while because it's not as fun solo as it is with like doing volleyball with a friend. Now Splatoon, that's a good solo game.
Yeah. I did look, and ARMS does not have any relevant patch notes. Their patch notes include improved curving.
Improved curving.
Yeah, so now your arms curve better, I guess.
Oh,
Wow.
that was the other thing I was going to say. Is I think I feel like ARM is also a little like unnerving conceptually.
Why?
Yeah.
Like kid that turns into squid. That's fun. That's cute. All your arms, you're like make you like Stretch Armstrong. Is like okay. I don't know.
Arm go wiggle.
Arm go wiggle.
Yeah, but with the patch notes, they have better curving.
Hey, this is the level that made me stop playing Celeste.
Nice.
I almost
3
forgot
times.
this level existed, like, right now. The fun thing about Celeste speedruns is that so much of them overlap that sometimes I just forget which category I'm running until I make a mistake, and then I go, oh, wait, that's not what I was supposed to do. Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, Celeste is fun, and then I got to the wind levels, and I was like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's fair.
That was a thing that when I was being told about this game by a friend, I was recommended it by a friend, and she was just like, the wind level may turn you off. And it didn't, but like it's something that I see a lot when I talk to like people who have just bought the game. It's either
I have 2 main problems with this game. That
Go
made
on.
it so I didn't finish it. One, the
May hate
resets are too
Celeste.
slow. Yeah, I hate Celeste. That's true. Look, apparently. The resets are too slow.
Okay.
Mhm.
And 2, the wind. And
Okay.
the wind is very similar of a problem in that it is slow.
I can understand that. You can, I think we talked about this once before, where, yeah, me and Court were talking to this about you. Like, you can make the resets faster.
Yeah,
but
why is
it's-
that
but,
not just
but it's
default?
Not specific, but it's not like, yeah, it's not default, and it's not specified at any point in the
Why
game.
would they do that?
I don't
How
know.
do you?
I
How do
actually,
you make the resets faster?
you just press your confirm button after you die.
Okay.
Like, so,
Alright, I didn't know if there was like another faster way.
no,
yeah,
it's
That's
that
the kind
just,
of thing I would do once and be like and not realize it
Right.
just because I'm mashing.
I kind of just feel like I always
Wow.
did that just to get through it because a lot of games kind of have something like that, or just like
Mhm.
just you get like you hold A or something to like get through your animation. So I think I just did it like innately. But
Yeah, but like
I
after playing
recently-
Meat Boy, where like resets are like 2 frames, and then Celeste was like a whole ass strawberry
quarter
animation.
second.
I'm like, who
It's,
has the time?
I actually timed it because the EXOK server added a forum option to their Discord for speedrunning tips. Because like a lot of their current members are like learning how to speedrun the game. And I put in for my tip, instead of being like, oh, wave dashing or wall bouncing, I put in like, hey, press confirm after you die. So I actually like
Nice.
timed it. And if you like just don't do anything, it's like 1.2 seconds, I think,
It's
before you
1.2
respawn.
That's long.
seconds.
It's like
That's very long.
1.2 seconds. And if you like mash your confirm button, it saves like 0.4 to
Huh,
0.5.
That's still pretty long, but
That's
I guess
still
it
long,
feels
yeah.
less, yeah. Just don't die.
That's the thing. is
Just
that,
don't
like,
die. Exactly.
that's the thing that's like baffling about this game to me is that like you see the Twitter threads about all like the minor accessibility things they did, and then like resets are still a second in a game where you die constantly. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I know you're the only one. You're the only one I've ever heard that like has
Lil
said it
hates this game.
explicitly as a problem. But like once you said it, like me knowing that you can like make them faster, it's never left my brain.
It's only like I only realized there's a problem because I played all of Super Meat Boy,
Sure.
Right.
where it's really fast, and then this game felt very slow as a result. Maddie Thornton,
could
come
see
on
that.
come on the show.
Do
Explain.
it, coward. Just do it, coward.
Please.
Yeah, I get the win mechanics though. That's just
I think
like
I think I said Maddie Thornton and not Maddie Thorson.
You definitely
I
did.
think you may have.
Listen. I'm a drinking, okay? I'm allowed to mess up names.
Oh gosh, she's a drinking. All right, don't leave into the B side. I've been playing so much of a different category lately as like a speedrunning goal for 2022. So that's why I'm like very easily jumping into spots that I shouldn't be jumping into.
Okay, unironically, it'd be very fun to have developers of games that have a lot of speedruns and have been pro speedrun on the show.
I will mark it down.
If you're a speedrun developer, if you're a developer of a speed game, which is every game, and you want to be on the show and
True.
you haven't been like shitty to your
Mr.
speedrunning
Miyamoto,
community,
hit us
Mr.
up.
Miyamoto, please reply.
I know very, very, very limited Japanese.
Please come tell us about Pikmin Bloom.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by Nintendo.
It is
would
aggressively not.
I would take a Nintendo sponsorship if it was offered.
I probably would
saying.
too. I'm like, I would.
I mean, I can go to a Nintendo affiliated office and like look at it. I can't really do anything, but I live relatively close to Retro Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But,
can you handcuff yourself to the door of
release
Retro
Metroid Prime 4.
until not release Metroid Prime 4. Come talk about Metroid Prime 1 on Dear PB.
Ooh.
Metroid
God,
Prime 4 isn't ever gonna come out.
Imagine all the
Sad.
news press. Podcaster handcuffs self to building to promote their own
I know.
podcast.
You know, all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
That's what they
That
say.
is- I do not believe that is necessarily
I
true.
don't think that's true.
That is not the expressed stated opinion of this podcast.
If you're not problematic,
Your
that
miles
is
may
true.
vary. Yeah. I mean, it kind
Oh,
of works if you're
sad.
problematic until you like get yourself Andrew Tated off the internet.
Andrew Tated off the internet. I used to take an advertising class when I was in college, and I'm just like, I don't think we ever like quite went over that idea of like no publicity is good publicity, or like all publicity is good publicity. Either or, really. We never really
Yeah.
had like that discussion.
I would not say no publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, well,
I would say that's pretty bad.
which is probably
Yeah.
why we didn't go over it.
Yeah, there's a difference between no news is good news and no publicity is good publicity.
No publicity is good publicity is a vibe I get towards something in particular that I'm not going to say what it is right now.
Ooh, hot take that I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, I know.
Follow our alt podcast for more info on that we
You have
don't
an alt?
have.
Yeah. What would our alt podcast even be?
Anyways,
Yeah.
You have no ideas for an alternative
I don't have
podcast?
an answer.
I was like, for a brief moment, my brain was just like, oh, what would it be? And I was
The
trying
dark
to think
side of
about it.
speedrunning.
It's like the dark side of the ring on Vice.
Our
It's-
our
yeah,
alternate
it's
our
Vice, but
alternate podcast
speedrunning.
is we just do links to links every week.
Oh my god.
And then after like 2 months, we're like, wow, this is way too exhausting.
I will handcuff myself to Retro Studios until they make links to links.
Yes, thank you. I'm always saying this. People are like, why do you always keep saying this extremely niche thing? What the fuck is links to links? And I'm like, you'll understand in a couple years.
Yeah.
When
You'll
you're
get
older.
Once we understand it, you'll understand it. We're getting there.
We still like to do a bonus episode this month.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
September
get there next
29th.
month. I'm busy the rest
Okay.
of the month.
Yeah, we're sorry. Thank you to all of our Patreons. We love you.
Cue the Patreon ad.
Patrons. Hi, this is post-production May, the May that gets added in after the fact. Did you know we have a Patreon? If you're already a Patreon subscriber, this message isn't for you. Thank you, we love you, you can tune out for this part. But if you're not, for only $3 a month, you can get access to episodes early and get a bonus episode at least once per month. The bonus episodes are like different from the regular episodes. They're a lot more unhinged, which is kind of saying something. You get access to all the ones we've already done, even if you subscribe now, so that's cool. We don't want to have to run ads during this program, because ads suck, and supporting us via the Patreon helps us not have to do that. You can check it out at patreon.com/dearpbpod if you're interested and can afford to do so. You're already supporting us by listening to the show and telling others about it, so this is kind of like a bonus thing you could do if you really like it. Okay, cool, I'm done, bye.
Thanks for watching.
All
The
right,
Patreon
welcome back.
ad.
Thanks for watching the Patreon ad.
I hope that was at a good time, and we're not like 5 minutes into the episode, but
It would legitimately be much funnier if you forgot that we had that cue and put it some other time.
if I wasn't editing this immediately after we did this, I probably would, but unfortunately I will remember it.
Ah.
And that's where the Patreon ad goes. There you go.
And there
Thanks
you
for
go.
watching it again.
Twice. That's fun.
What?
The exact same thing twice with like a
We're just
30
gonna-
second.
Plug it every 15 seconds.
Oh god. We can be like those annoying YouTubers.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on those. Good god.
What's
Hey
up,
guys,
Squad
what
fam?
is up? Welcome back to Dear PB. It's a
Oh,
podcast.
God.
We talk about speedrunning. You know it's like that. When we were, when we left off, we were talking with a great runner. They're not here anymore. Today we have a different runner. It's Carrie. Say hello.
Hi.
They're not here anymore.
They're not-
They are no longer with us, and we will not be taking any further questions.
And speaking of not be taking, that's the thing, a good segue for an ad break.
This episode is
I use the
sponsored by
internet
Green
all-
Apron.
I use the internet all the time, but sometimes I don't want people knowing what I use the internet for, and that's why I don't have a bit name for this bit show. Is sponsored by not an actual VPN.
Not an actual VPN.
that was the Tom Scott bit where he was sponsored by not a VPN.
I
fuck.
love that.
You know what?
Look,
Stealing from other
you
YouTubers
know,
reminds me
I don't
of.
love cooking, but I do love eating, and that's why I use Casper.
Here's my thing that I hate about Celeste. I'm just bringing this up now. The heart in chapter
The ad breaks
6.
in
I have been
Celeste.
playing for 4,000 hours in this game, and I still don't know what the code to this heart is.
Up, down, down, left, right. Dash,
What?
wave, dash, start.
Oh god, if only it was that easy. Watch as Maddie goes into a pool for like a second, and if you're just not watching on YouTube, just imagine it, I guess.
Imagine a pool.
The code to your
Imagine
heart
a
is a
pool.
very interesting way of saying love language.
True. I remember getting here casually and then immediately looking it up because I did not care to remember the sequence from chapter 1.
Oh, I looked it up. I have no shame.
Yeah, I absolutely would too.
I
looked
did
it
not
up.
get there. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. It basically takes the code from chapter 1 heart and its reflections of it. So you have to remember
Right.
what directions you have to dash in.
Whoa,
3
that's the name
different
of the
times.
chapter.
Whoa.
Reflections reminds me of our sponsor,
Mirrors.
Mirrors. Have
Just
you
the
ever wanted to
concept.
look at yourself? Get a mirror.
just get a mirror. Just do it.
I love the idea of just being sponsored by a like a thing, not even a brand, just like a product.
I also love that.
This
I
episode
want
is
to be sponsored by like
an oven. If you want to bake, get an oven.
Use promo code DearPB to save $5 off your first purchase of a qualifying oven.
Anywhere.
All right, episode title.
Yeah,
qualifying
literally
oven.
anywhere.
Qualified oven.
What's
This
an
Celeste
unqualified onion?
Onion? I thought we were talking about
Unqualified-
ovens. That's
Unqualified
the episode
onion.
title.
That's in my band.
Unqualified
That's
onions.
pretty
They're just onions that aren't ripe yet. That's pretty
Unqualified
straightforward.
onions are garlic.
No, they're shallots.
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 Shallots are just
did it.
unqualified onions. That's going in the
Exclamation
Twitter
point
bio.
Quote.
Maybe just never ask questions again. I like this. We can
Did you know
get
there's like technically a difference between shallots and green onions? I believe.
You'll never believe. Number 4.
I might be mixing that up. It might be that there isn't a difference between them. They're the same thing. I think
No,
there's a
that's
difference.
scallions and green
Yeah, I
onions.
was gonna say green onions is scallions.
Shallots are just
Fuck.
little onions. I think we need a new sponsor.
I thought they were
Food.
fish.
We are sponsored by food. Please learn what a food is.
Please, I'm begging you.
You know
Please.
that I love continuing to exist, and that's why we're sponsored by food.
Food.
Food is the #1 way to get nutrition. Doctors all over America, all over the world, they're saying that, I'm saying that, and food is saying that too. And that's why I'm really excited to say that by using promo code DearPB, you could save food money.
You can save food money.
You can save food money by just binging our content and forgetting to eat.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do. Yeah.
If you haven't eaten
legal
today,
reasons.
please go eat, and also drink water. Which reminds me of our other sponsor, water.
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 It's natural. Water.
You should have it with your food.
Yeah?
Probably.
You know, when I'm in a big gaming session, there's nothing I love more than being hydrated.
Did you know that
That's why water-
technically ice is considered not food?
Yeah, because it's just water in a different form.
Like, you know, like the pica, where you eat things that are
Yeah.
inedible, you're not supposed to eat. Apparently, ice is considered part of that, which I think is messed up. As an ice enjoyer.
Yeah, but you're not like habitually eating it. You're not like craving ice.
I do at restaurants. I'm often craving ice.
Well,
I had
this
a friend who
episode
used
sponsored
to
by
work. I used to have a
Micah.
friend who used to work as like a server/bartender. I had to make sure I didn't die there. My thought stopped. And he would meme all the time at his work, and one of his favorite things to do was if somebody asked for a glass of water, he would just come back with a glass of ice and
my
just
God.
told them
That'd
to
be
wait.
great.
Make it yourself.
Yep,
Yeah.
just told them to wait, and I was just like, "You are a jerk, but I love you."
You're a
Like-
terrible person. This is great.
I would honestly be like, hell yeah, I love ice. Unless I was very dehydrated. Then I would be like,
Okay.
all right, we're done fucking around.
Give me liquid water. Yeah, when I go to a restaurant, I'm just gonna ask for a glass of liquid water.
I like that
Just
Evil
see
Maddie
how the
in this is like an
reaction
octoling.
What?
I like that Evil Maddie is like an odd octoling.
You have
Yeah,
done too much
the
specking.
hair is very tentacly. It's a decision that was definitely made.
It's just the wind.
Am I?
It's a reference to the wind from earlier.
It's a reference to the wind.
And that's why we're sponsored by Wind.
Have you ever had
love-
a good hair day? Want to ruin it?
No.
Wind.
Want to ruin it? I used to go to college out in Boston, and it wind tunnel. So yes, my days would definitely
Yeah,
be like that. I would.
My campus was also a wind tunnel.
I just eventually learned to be like, I will not do either my makeup or my hair at the start of the morning. I will just wait till I'm on campus to do that. It was
Yeah.
it was rerouting, if you will. I was just basically coming up
True.
with a new route to be ready for the day.
Whoa, that's a speedrun reference.
All right, you all
Yeah.
be entertaining. I'm gonna grab another beer.
Oh
Deal.
boy, I don't know what to do.
This is like episode a million. How do you know?
Okay, and this episode is sponsored by
Silence.
yeah.
Have
Did
you ever just
ever
wanted
want
to say
not
nothing?
say anything?
Good news. I
Have you
always
ever
find it
wanted
amazing.
to misinput?
I find it
speedrunning.
amazing with this game that I can only go in 8 directions and I still manage to not go in the correct one sometimes.
Yeah. What controller do you use?
A DS4.
Okay. Like you kind of had two options, and
Okay, I'm back.
could have guessed. We asked a
Oh,
real
I'm not.
speedrunning
Okay,
question.
Now I'm actually back. Were Spoost and Carrie entertaining while I was gone? Drag their asses in the comments below.
Damn.
Do it.
When are we not entertaining?
True.
Thank you.
We're the #1 entertainment podcast on all major platforms. Don't look that
That's
up.
true. Yeah.
Don't look that up.
I have never heard of another entertainment podcast.
Most podcasts are entertaining, except for ours.
Okay.
That's like innovation
Whoa.
that we brought to the table.
Yeah, ours is educational. Like
Sure.
this whole episode, we're teaching you about the existence of mirrors and food.
If
So
you think about it,
you're welcome.
all of everything, every project that Spoost and I have together is educational in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's because
Yeah.
we just love learning.
yeah, and that's why this episode's sponsored by the public school system.
Skillshare.
Skillshare.
No, that's a real company.
Scare shills.
Scareshare.
Scare shill.
Okay.
Scareshare.
Scare shills. Well, Scare shills is a great name for like you know, like those like YouTuber like groups.
Like hype houses?
No, it's like the networks.
No.
They're like YouTuber networks, and they all
Sure.
belong to like Machinima used to be one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Scare shills is the horror YouTuber network.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I like Scareshare. It's
Scare share.
it's like Uber but for haunted houses.
Ooh, what we're doing is we're disrupting the way that you think about haunted houses. The haunted house industry, it's old fashioned, it's out of touch. What we're doing is we're bringing technology to bring haunted houses into the modern era.
Sharks.
We have an app?
We are looking for $10 million for 45 for 1% of our company.
I like that you
Our
said
app
out of touch
connects-
on Out of Touch Thursday.
Our app connects haunted house creators with haunted house enjoyers in a way that's never so far been
Consumers.
possible.
Haunted
Consumers
house consumers.
love our product. And the reason for that is because it allows them to experience new scares in ways that here so far have only been limited to the realm of imagination. Ever since our product hit the market, we've seen new and exciting developments in the haunted house market space simply because of the connections that we're able to build as a company.
In short, we want all your money.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. We are a company. Give us money.
2 years ago, we could have probably pitched it to somebody and gotten like $400 million.
Probably.
Now, the economic situation's changed a bit, but
Write that down. Write that down. Scareshare.
TM.
How did you get
Original
the idea for the
content, do not
name?
steal.
Well, we were trying to say Skillshare, and then fuck that up a
No,
little
don't
bit.
say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. That's
Oh
actionable.
crap! Oh no!
Ah, shit.
You're trying to say redacted.
Redacted. And then it
Redacted.
came out. Wow, it came out real wrong. It doesn't sound anything like redacted.
Yeah, well. So how about that speedrun?
So how about speedrunning?
I think it's good.
Really?
Now you're supposed to say I think it's bad, and now we're in the marketplace of ideas.
I think it's bad. We should collaborate
Debate!
and make it better.
Whoa.
Oh no.
I love speedrunner content creator collabs. That's what I live for.
Say that 5 times fast.
Nope.
Speedrunner content creator
No,
collab.
I will not.
Speedrunner.
And
Nope.
she
It's
does it
really hard.
anyways.
It's really hard. You made the right choice.
You're welcome.
If you were trapped in one of the bubbles that boost you out in Celeste, what would you do?
If I was trapped in them,
Because like,
Just
you
hit a
got
wall.
you fully go. Not like trapped, but if you were inside of one of the bubbles, I would freak out.
I would definitely be like, I would probably definitely have questioned my entire life in that moment.
Yeah.
Do you think that Madeline like gets injured when it hits a wall? Because you're going into that wall pretty quickly.
100%.
Damn.
No, it's like Skyla's gym in Black and White 1, where you just kind of get like cannon fired into a wall and you're fine.
Okay.
There's like fun mods of these bubbles. Well, they're not fun actually. I hate the mods of the bubbles, but there are some.
Okay.
There are some mods of these bubbles. One is if you don't fast bubble out of them, you just explode. You just die.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Interesting.
there's others that don't boost you at all, and if you don't even dash, you'll die. And there's some
Useful?
that are like blue, and if in those they shoot you out with no dash. But I like how in like
sounds interesting. for,
it's
like,
interesting.
mapping
There's actually
purposes.
some interesting ways to like build levels around it, but
Right. Yeah.
the thing with Celeste is, especially with if you take any story at face value, like Madeline gets in the green bubble and is just spinning like for a second and then gets shot out of it, and any person would be like, "What the hell is going on?" Right? And then in the very next level, you think you're past it, and then you get these red bubbles that just will not stop until you actually hit something.
I like the silhouette inside the bubble when you're in it, just spinning around.
Not a care in the world, except you're probably caring very much about not dying,
Yeah.
questioning a lot of life choices as to how you got here.
If you're questioning your life choices, this episode is sponsored by therapy.
Whoa.
That's something I can get behind.
You know what I just realized? We should have waited to have Carry on. Not that we don't want you on, but because we could have had your own tunic.
So true.
I was very quiet because I was like checking to make sure we didn't have Teague run tunic, because I was pretty sure we didn't.
No, we did not.
For what
That's
it's worth, I
pretty-
still haven't learned it yet, so it would have
It's
been
hard.
it would have been an even more interesting speed run.
It's
In like
hard
a
run.
year, we'll have Dear PB greatest hits, and we'll have you back with tunic. There you go.
yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Our
At some point,
anniversary
I
episode.
do have a plan for a bonus episode at some point where we just ask as many people who were on the show as possible if they want to be on, and it's just audio poison as everybody crosstalks.
No. We'll just have our own marathon. Proceeds go to us.
Okay, to be
Exclamation
honest,
point donate.
Dear PB Con would be pretty fun.
Oh, a whole convention. Oh shit.
Or Dear PB-a-thon.
Fun. I was about to say, like, I don't think we're big enough to have a convention. Maybe eventually, but not right now.
Eventually, yeah. We gotta have more live
Soon.
shows for that to happen. We haven't had any
Exactly.
live shows in like a year
Soon.
because of society.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate society.
I know.
Because of society, and also airline tickets are expensive because of society.
Oh god,
Yeah.
so true.
We were like hoping to do one for AGDQ, and then well, that's not happening. So
Oops.
whoop.
See us next year. If SGDQ 23 has panels, we will try and be
Well,
there.
then we will try to have one, assuming they let us.
And hopefully they will, because we kind of
If they
work
don't,
for
I'll-
them, but
If they don't, then I'll try to book one elsewhere. But I looked into it last time, and it was gonna be a lot. It was gonna be a lot of
we'll
work
get one
and
anyways.
financially very perilous if people didn't show up. So
Yeah.
it was
We'll
it was
have
like,
more
there's like
news
a
than
bar
that.
we could have done it at, but if it was like if people didn't go, then I would owe them a lot of money. And I didn't really
Yeah.
want to do that because
Yeah.
We'll have more news next May-ish.
yeah.
The next May?
Whoa, May 2?
Whoa, May 2?
May 2.
Or as I like to call it, June.
Oh. Yeah, I'm getting another host. It's the month of May.
The
Sorry.
entire
fair.
month.
I mean, there's another Midwest. I don't know when the next Midwest Speed Fest event is, but if there's one of those, we might be at that.
Probably April again.
That's so late. Nothing happens in the winter except for like a million things happen in the winter. That's the thing with
Do you want to be
GDQ.
in Minnesota in the winter?
I'm already in Illinois.
That's true. Do you want to be in like even more cold?
It's like this. It's not that much different.
That's okay, but look, I don't.
Fair. That's the thing with GDQ is that like there's nothing in like the month surrounding it because of the like centralness of it, and like I think a lot of people like there probably could be more events in January, but people obviously didn't plan stuff to be in person around January because nobody knew GDQ wasn't gonna be in person. So
Yeah, that's fair.
we'll be
we'll
do a live show again at some point. The last one was really fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Do we ever release that, or is it a bonus episode?
I think we just linked to the VOD.
That sounds right.
Because Midwest Speed Fest had their VOD out, and we were just like, hey, go watch it.
That makes sense. I don't remember if we ever released it as a podcast episode. We should probably do that.
I don't think so.
If there's ever a situation, yeah, it's just the only weird thing about it is that like next time we should try to see if we can get the audio tracks isolated somehow.
Right.
For podcast reasons, it just might be hard.
That was a thing when I first started like trying to make videos on YouTube, that a person who wanted to make videos for me was just like, hey, can you like please isolate the audio tracks?
You can on OBS.
I know. I eventually figured that out. It didn't
Or
take
if you're
long.
me, you can get an expensive mixer and then set it up, or have all your audio settings keep resetting themselves. So it takes us a while to set up this episode because it keeps accidentally, instead of showing my microphone, forwarding Swoose's audio into Zencaster instead. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also an option.
I just record all my stuff separately.
That's smart.
I record the game, and then I voice over on top of it.
Yeah, but you like actually make videos. You're like actually a YouTube expert.
All right. Look, I have a vague idea of what I'm doing. You make
When are you gonna use all your YouTube? When are you gonna use all your YouTube expertise on our channel?
We don't make edited content.
Yeah, we really don't. It is very funny that we've accidentally created the podcast that is the closest to being live content, and that we can't edit anything out because it then creates breaks in the run, and so we have to just be on our A game at all times.
We should convert this into a monetization opportunity and live stream it as well.
We could, I guess.
We'll think about it. If you
I don't
want to
really
see
wanna-
that, pop off in the comments or something.
Pop off.
I don't really want to do
Pop
that.
off.
It's like
Go
it's
off,
like
I
nice
guess.
to know that like if something goes horribly wrong with an episode, with tech or something like that, we could just
That's
say
fair.
like, "Oops." It's a lot.
You,
It's
like-
a lot less stressful to just record something and know that. Yeah, we don't have to release that. We always do, but we don't have to.
Do you like Critical Role but also speedrun? Check out our podcast.
It already exists. That's just speedrunners and what's it called?
Yeah, well,
It's ADEF show. I don't remember what it's called.
yeah.
Fuck. Speedrunners and Skeletons. Why do I not remember the name of this? ADEF, if you're listening, I'm so sorry.
Friendship ruined.
I know. It's because my memory doesn't remember things. I don't remember anything that happens on my own show, much less other people's
It's true.
shows.
Name one thing that happened.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the
Is it just Dungeons and Speedrunners?
is it just Speedrunners and Dragons? That one makes the most sense.
Speedrunners and Dragons. It is just Speedrunners and
Yeah.
Dragons.
See, I know.
All right, so that I
My
will say
friendship
that
with ADEF is preserved.
I will say that is part of why I wasn't remembering, because I was trying to be too clever.
A fatal flaw.
I know.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Dear PB episode of Think Fast, where we just call back to the show.
All of the questions are just trivia about different episodes. That'd be hard
Yeah.
for us. We have to
Yeah.
watch so many episodes to figure out what the fuck we talk about in this stupid show.
In episode 34, we named a lot of fake object sponsors. Name 3 of them.
Name 3 of them.
Yo, shout outs to Ovens.
Big Oven fan.
Big supporters of the show. Oven Nation, where we at?
But why do they call it Oven?
That's a good question. We may never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, secret.
Yes, there's
Whoa.
like a little secret orb
What
to
if
bring
you
you
like
to this hell.
didn't know that was there, and just like stood at the top of the mountain and was like, "All right, I did it. Now what?"
That would
And
be
you
me.
never figured
That's
it
like
out.
that's like shit I would do. I thought that was gonna go on for longer than it did.
Where orb?
No more running.
No
Me when I'm
more
at the
running.
gym and run out of energy.
True. Me ever.
There's
Yeah.
there's a quote unquote conspiracy. There's not really a conspiracy, but classic Celeste speedrunner Bubbai retired from speedrunning last year, and the last thing that he basically posted on his YouTube was like a 7B speedrun, and it was like the final section of it. So it was called like it was the no draft section where there's no wind, and
Mhm.
so it ends, because he gets the heart, so the timer stops and it shows no more running. And someone else in the community was just like, this is the last thing he ever posted. Was he just trying to tell us something? And I was just like, oh my god, don't make me think like this. Yeah, but nice little secret. Oh, I don't miss that. I don't miss that crystal very often. I don't know what to do here. Celeste is a game where you should know a lot of like ways to back things up, and I have just always said no.
Well, here's the thing: the best backup is resetting.
So true.
Yeah, honestly. There were a couple
Well,
levels in this
unironically, as a
where-
Pokemon runner, usually our best backup is, in fact, did you save? No, your run is dead. Yes, soft reset. That's the only
Yeah.
backup we have. So it's like,
We
when I was learning oh god.
You can go ahead. I'll finish my thought at some point. I died. That's great.
When I was learning Farewell, there were a couple levels where I just straight up retried at the beginning of the level because I did not want to deal with like the main cycle. I just knew the death cycle.
It's
Farewell's
very helpful.
chapter 9.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think that was
Although-
out when I played this game.
I played it like I started playing Celeste like the week before it came out.
Okay.
And I didn't even know it was
Before?
coming out.
I did a run of it day 1 and it took me like 4 hours to finish. And then eventually I got
sounds
my
about
time down
right.
to like 21 minutes or so. Hard level.
I thought.
It is a hard level.
Oh, 4-9. You mean for stage? I was like, isn't world record like 34 minutes? What?
Oh yeah. Only
Or like
for
33
Farewell.
or something?
It's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
is it 25 yet? 90%?
Wait, any percent? Oh, any percent? No, not yet. We're at
All right,
26
it's 20
flat
26 flat,
0.8
yeah.
Gotcha.
Wild.
with a 1 second mistake at the very last flag.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yep, it's ruining his life, but it's fine.
Wasn't that the same mistake that was at the 27 flat run? Or a similar one?
I don't know. I actually wasn't super paying attention when 27 flat and the road to 26 was happening. I was
I'm a
still
big
like,
fan of choking. I do it all the time.
it's a
Highly
it's a
recommend.
common thing with minute barriers
Dear
in
PD out of
Celeste.
context.
If you're like gonna break a minute barrier, you need to have a heartbreaking loss.
How many hearts we got left?
I have so I'm in 8A, so then it's 8B, and then the 8 seaside. So
Is only
10
is
once
there
I
one
get
heart per level?
yes.
Oh.
Yes.
How many
Every-
exit is this?
What's that?
How many exits are in Celeste?
20. Oh god, 25. Because there's an A side, a B side, and a C side for every level, and then
B-side
farewell.
is raises property values
What?
because it's the seaside.
Oh. Once again,
should've
this
I
episode's
should've
sponsored by
expected that.
water.
I should
We
have
love
Makes
expected
your
water.
house price makes your house price go up.
That is
Except
true.
when
Make house
except
price
when there's
go up.
water in the house, unless it's a pool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, water in the house is you know, dicey.
This is the only A side in the entire game where you actually basically play the entire level. It's the only A side that you play the entirety of because the heart's literally at the end.
Oh.
Right. Because they want you to experience the content.
Exactly. Ooh, I actually got the speed. Oh, wow, I got too much speed.
Oh no. Too fast.
Yeah, I
Too
went
fast.
way
Gotta
too
slow
fast.
I don't understand why the runners do it so fast. Why don't they slow down and maybe take their time with it?
Honestly. I don't know what's going on. Please slow down and explain the run to me.
Oh, and there's
That's-
farewell
we get
being
that-
like, "Hi, remember me?" But we don't play.
You see that every
Farewell.
once in a while on Pokemon runs where people are like, I don't understand why you don't just like train your Pokemon a bit. Like,
Can you
'Cause
wonder?
it's-
Oh, that's right.
because this is what?
I don't understand why you don't just do that. Why aren't you doing that, streamer?
Streamer,
That's like
if
if
you
you,
wonder
like-
trade, you might get like a shiny level 100. You do that.
Friend of the show, Kirby Master, gets the most like absurd YouTube comments I've ever seen constantly. It's so funny. They're all just like, this mechanic doesn't work like that. And Kirby goes, no, I know more than you. I did the run. You're wrong. And they go, no, it actually doesn't work like that. You might want to implement that. It would make your run better. And then he goes, no, it really doesn't.
No, it really
I-
doesn't do that.
Like, I can fully, but like, sometimes, in fact, like, the runners do miss something, and there is stuff that, like,
Yeah.
but that's not what's happening here.
Yeah, I've had a couple of comments on like my Portal tutorial. It's like, hey, why don't you do this thing? And I'm like, because it's banned in glitchless.
Yeah.
It's a glitch. That's explicitly banned. Did I mention it in the first 3 minutes of the video? Like, come on.
And,
Come on.
we have a CrossCode has a category called no menu glitches, which still does a lot of glitches. It just doesn't do the absurdly game-breaking menu storage glitches. And so it's called NMG. And if you don't put a description of what NMG means in the context of CrossCode into your video, you get a ton of comments of people being like, I don't understand why it's called NMG. There's clearly a lot of glitches. Are you cheating?
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I love cheat hacking.
Mm,
And,
fun canceling.
Fun canceling, yeah. Whatever the developers intended, I do the exact opposite out of spite.
Yeah.
I
Because I
just
hate
recently,
video games. That's why I
I just
speedrun.
recently got a comment on a YouTube video that I made. It's called "So You Want to Run the Seasides?" Because
Shout out to property values.
exactly. But seasides are hard, so it's
Sponsored
playing
by-
like chapter 1 seaside, and it's just a bunch of jump cuts of me dying like all over the place because I was trying to implement high level strats, and you know that's just all the fun ways in which you can die, and those are the strats that you have to do if you want competitive times in the level. And I got a comment today that was just like, why aren't you just up dashing? You're making your life so much harder. And the only response I could say is not much. What's up dash with you?
Yeah.
I
Good.
just like,
That's so good.
I don't
was very
know
good.
how to tell you that I do not care about this question.
Why aren't you just better?
Yeah,
Oh,
streamer,
it's
why aren't you just doing this?
Streamer,
And then just
I noticed that
because
you
I
didn't
was
win. Have you considered doing that instead? That's what I would do,
Yeah.
personally. Personally, I would simply have world record. Skill issue, I guess.
honestly, I love stuff like that. There's one of our SRC verifiers for Celeste got a comment on the farewell dash trigger skip speedrun where you make Madeline float into space, and she has
Yep.
2 dashes for like 70% of the level. And someone commented being like, "You're only supposed to have 1 dash in Farewell," and we were like,
Really?
yeah, it's like dash trigger skip, duh." And
That's the
they
point,
like
to not.
sent another comment and it just said cheater, to which the
Cheater!
Cheater.
to which the
Throw
verifier was
this
just
person
like,
in speedrun jail.
to which the verifier was just like, "Hey, thanks."
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I appreciate that. Who's
Oh,
this?
that's
Ash
why-
person?
wait.
Why are they so good?
When SRC was like, we're gonna add comments to every fucking thing, and everyone went, I'm sorry, you seen comments on speedrun videos? Because they're often quite dumb.
Yeah. We immediately,
ever
when I was
seen
on the
Mario?
SRC team for Celeste, that was like one of the first things that we were just like, no.
Yeah, no.
good.
Switch PSR also was like, yeah, no, we're not verifying runs till they change this. Fuck this.
Yeah. Actually, Mario clearly touched the Piranha Plant. You're cheating. You should be dead there.
Yeah. Actually, every single time on this board is cheating. I frame counted them all.
I forgot it.
Oh no.
This is the thing that happened.
Oh no.
Do we want to talk about it?
We'll talk about it later.
All right, I hope you're ready for a real challenge.
Ooh, time to distract you with trivia questions. Wait,
Yes!
Ready for a real challenge?
To the
Can I do all
nearest
seasides now?
centimeter, how tall is Celeste Mountain
No, don't give away the questions.
in game?
This song's a banger.
So true.
Did I mention that?
You
No.
did, but
Oh.
it's important to mention it again.
That's fair.
Oh wait, it's the same one.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why I thought it was a banger, because it's still the one that I think is a banger.
Yeah, the B and C sides have the same track.
Whoa!
work.
All right, so in Poke Clicker, we had somebody come into the community and go like, I don't understand. So in Poke Clicker auto clicker, you have to have 100 millisecond auto clicker set, and everyone just uses my plugin, like my browser
Oh, we get it,
extension
you're
for
cool.
it. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. And somebody came into the community and was like, investigative journalist Leonard, not Leonard. No, wait,
Someone.
no, the other Bernstein,
I don't know.
whatever.
Yeah.
Was like, everyone's cheating in this game. I did the frame count, and everyone's cheating. It's not actually 100 milliseconds. It's like 93.
Yeah, and it's like, well, first off, the difference between a frame is 16 milliseconds, so it's literally impossible to determine that it's 7 milliseconds off. I did multiple tests with the auto clicker and was like, yeah, no, this is actually worse than 100 milliseconds. The average is like 102. And
Yeah, which
there's-
makes sense given the APIs
Yeah.
I used.
And I was like, literally, if you have a problem with this, please talk to the creators of JavaScript, because that's who you would have the issue with. Like,
Also,
there's
your
no
issue isn't
way-
that. Yeah, it's also not faster; it's slower. And they were like insistent that everyone in the community was
Yeah.
cheating because
You're
they
just
did
like, that's
because
cute.
they timed it and they got 93 seconds between two different pips, which means it was cheating, ignoring the fact that a 30 FPS video does not give you that level of granularity
Yeah.
in terms
A
of.
60 FPS video does not give you that much.
Yeah, it was so funny.
It's yeah, I wrote up a whole thing and was like, no, you're objectively wrong, stop. And they never replied. I think they were just like a forum troll, but it was kind of funny.
We had
Pretty funny.
somebody
was pretty good.
so a thing in Celeste that happens is that if you have the game in full screen and you tab out to, like, I don't know, talk to chat or open IGN to look at the heart code or something like that, the game will freeze.
Hmm.
And we do ask that people like not do that during like the chapter complete screen coming on, or basically just do it on the overworld, basically, so that we don't miss anything that's like important for verification. And a common thing for people that have, you know, like one monitor is you like probably tab out to go to the overworld after you've like beaten a level. And that's what Bubs used to do. That's what Bubbai used to do. And there was someone who once said in the Celeste Discord speedrunning section, being like, it was Bubs's grabless any percent run. I'm dead. And
Aw.
and was just basically just like, why did the screen stop? And we're like, because that's
They're
just what
splicing.
happens. Yeah, because that's just what happens if you're in full screen mode. And they were just like, okay, I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't cheating. And Bubs was still in the Discord at the time, and he was just like, yes, because if there is one run that I would love to splice, it's my grabless any percent.
Yeah, it's important to pick the
The most meaty
people say
category to
the
cheat
thing with
in.
cheating, right, is that people who cheat generally tend to be very good, because as a rule, it's like in baseball, right? Like you saw this where people who are very good were cheating, and because you have all the skills but you don't want to put in the time.
Mhm.
And that's why it's important to make sure that if you're going to cheat and wreck your entire reputation forever, you can do it on extremely important categories like grabless any percent.
Grabless any percent. Yeah, of course.
I love those people that take a monocle to everything, and it's just like,
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
actually,
And you have 30 people that know the game inside and out, and it's like, no, this is fine, and you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, SRC forums are also a fun
It's
place.
look, I don't mind if you go and say, hey, I think something might be up with this, but you have to do it in a way that isn't fucking extremely self-confident.
Yeah, there was
That's
a
the
case
thing.
of that
Yeah.
recently in one of the Discords that I'm in. So in the Smash Ultimate speedrun for World of Light any percent, the world record uses some spirits which just make your character better that aren't exactly explicitly defined in the rules that you can be using. So some Q in the Discord was like, hey, what's up with this? This is not really in the rules and it's not great. And the world record holder was like, yeah, the rules are kind of messed up, but we kind of allow it, but it's not really written like it. And the other person was like, okay, that makes sense. And they were
Yeah.
cordial about it. It's not that hard to not be a dick.
As we often say, all you have to do is not be weird.
Yeah. Don't be
It's
weird
that
and don't be
easy.
inflammatory for no reason.
Yeah, that's something that was so funny about the poker clicker one, is that the person just came in and then accused the entire community of cheating, and everyone was
Everybody
like,
with a run is cheating.
and it's like, well, if you think the entire community might all be cheating, have you considered taking a step back and considering maybe I might be wrong?
Yeah.
no, I've never done. I would never think that in my life.
Yeah, we all banded together to cheat.
You could go in and be like, hey, the rules don't seem to align with what is being allowed.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
That might be a problem.
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's different than being like, everyone's a dirty cheater and I hope they die.
You are all garbage runners and should be removed from the sport.
Throw them in jail.
Yeah.
The real problem there is you should be for speedrun prison abolition.
Private speedrun jails are ruining everything.
It's true.
I'm so glad we're
For
still
profit.
talking about this.
The speedrun prison industrial complex.
There's so many good titles for this episode. I
Yeah,
still like
I
Unqualified Onion.
The thing is,
What about the Unqualified Onion?
I think that one's the best so far.
that is really good. It just raises so many questions about what a qualify, the different levels of onion qualifications.
Do you think onions can earn a PhD?
Yeah.
I hope they can. Good for them.
Do you think onions stay in heaven because they too live in fear of what they've created?
All onions go to heaven.
All onions go to heaven. Another episode title.
This entire run, I have been 2 minutes behind, and that one level I just saved a minute and 5 seconds.
Hell
Just
yeah.
from-
No, you're not
Not-
supposed to save time. That's the whole point of our show.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
You're doing too well.
God.
To be fair, it was a lot of time save.
Please do
There's-
worse.
Okay, how about that?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Just
Hey, did you
throwing
know
in.
that if you do downright jump and then dash, you get a super hyper dash?
Did you know
I'm
that?
so glad they
That's the
tell you
name of
this in the
tech.
very last level.
Yep.
Oh, is this the last level? Do I have to be like ready on the timer?
Oh yeah, this is the last heart.
Okay, why does all hearts not do the broken heart in farewell?
It doesn't show up in the journal is really the technical answer to that.
That's fair.
So
That
we
makes sense.
generally say the shorter answer that we always say is it's a fake heart. Like in the
That's
story, it's a
also
fake
true.
heart.
Yeah.
I died. Because I was thinking you actually got me.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes.
Good game.
Keep gambling. Let's go.
But yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, the reason is that it just doesn't show up in the journal, so there's no real reason to count it.
Right.
But there is someone in the community, my friend Tio, is submitting all hearts to GDQ and is coming up with incentive ideas. And one of the incentives that we're thinking of is get the fake heart, because
do
why
half
not?
of farewell. Yeah, might as well.
Basically, yeah. He does it with the dash trigger skip, so it would basically take like 5 minutes. So it's like a good like donation processing to thing ratio. Time's coming up at this heart right here, unless I die. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for surviving this episode of Dear PV.
I liked it. It was great.
Yeah, the episode, again, where I forgot to ask for questions, and thus we had to kind of ad-lib it.
And I think we did that.
What's more
If you have-
podcasty than that?
True. If you had a question, you don't have to save it for when I say it's going to be episode. You could just send it. You could just send
Yeah, please. You probably should just send it in.
You could just send it in. Do it. We'll be happy about it. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Next episodes are ASMR special.
Hi, welcome to our ASMR special. What's up? Welcome to Dear. This is horrible. Harry, where can people find you?
You can find me most commonly at twitch.tv/carrarium. And yeah, I also occasionally drop Celeste related content over at my YouTube, same name, Carrarium. And I'm on Twitter at the same name as well, where I post a lot about speedrunning and just how I interact with the fact that I am a speedrunner somehow. So yeah, that's basically where you can find me. Carrarium at pretty much all of my social medias.
Go drop a follow. If you like our stupid show for some reason, you can follow us at twitter.com/DearPVPod, where normally I say who the upcoming guest is going to be and when the new episodes are out, but not always. Haha. You can also, if you want access to the bonus episodes that in theory we release every month, but it's been, again, a little dicey lately. Look, we've been having a time. Yeah. All right. It's called mental health. It's called self-care. Look it up.
It's called Watch Think Fast on GDQ every other Saturday.
Watch Think Fast. Yeah. Hold on. I was getting to that. Before that, I was going to say patreon.com/DearPVPod. For $3 a month, you get a bonus episode roughly once a month. You also get access to the episodes early with an asterisk sometimes. Haha. We'll never tell. And yeah, check out Think Fast, the speedrunning game show, every other Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Mountain Time for those of you in Mountain Time. Other time zones, figure it out yourself. I'm not your mom. I think that's all the announcements we've got. We don't have a live show announcement.
No.
I know it might have sounded like earlier that we were kind of leading up to that. That is not the case. If you were looking forward to that, I'm sorry. We actually have nothing to announce. Yeah, that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Here,
okay, bye.
Don't be racist.
Don't be racist.
Don't be racist.